Uh, mm. Oh dear. Huh. Well,
Your call, please?
operator, I have been dialing Murray Hill 40098 for the last 3/4 of an hour, and the line is always busy, but I don't see how it could be busy all of this time. Will you try it for me, please?
Murray Hill 40098? One moment, please.
You know, I don't see how it could be busy all of this time. It is my husband's office, and he's working late tonight, and I am all alone here, and my health is very poor. And I've been feeling so nervous all day.
Ringing Murray Hill 40098.
Hello.
Hello. Is Mr. Stevenson there?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. George.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Who is this? What number am I calling, please?
We have heard from our client. He says the coast is clear for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Where are you now?
In a phone booth.
Okay. You know the address. At 11 o'clock, the private patrolman goes around the bar on 2nd Avenue for a beer. Be sure that all the lights downstairs are out. There should only be one light visible from the street. At 11:15, a subway train crosses the bridge. It makes a noise in case her window is open and she should scream.
Oh, hello.
Okay,
Hello.
I
What number is
understand.
it, please?
Make it quick. As little blood as possible. Our client does not wish to make her suffer long.
A knife, okay, sir?
Yes, a knife will be okay. And remember, remove the rings and bracelets and the jewelry in the bureau drawer. Our client wishes it to look like simple robbery.
Okay. I get...
Oh, hello. Oh, how awful. How unspeakably awful. Oh.
Your call, please?
Operator, I have just been cut off.
I'm sorry, madam. What number were you calling?
Why, it was supposed to be Murray Hill 40098, but it wasn't. Some lines must have been crossed, and I was cut into a wrong number, and I have just overheard the most dreadful thing about a murder. Operator, you will simply have to retrace that call at once.
I beg your pardon, madam. I don't quite...
No, I know it was a wrong number, and I had no business listening, but these two men, they were cold-blooded fiends, and they were planning to murder somebody, some poor, innocent woman who was all alone in a house near a bridge, and we have got to stop them. We've got to.
What number were you calling, madam?
That doesn't matter. This was a wrong number, and you dialed it, and we have got to find out what it was immediately.
But, madam,
Oh, why are you so stupid? Look, this was obviously some case of a little slip of a finger. I told you to try Murray Hill 40098, and you dialed it! But your finger must have slipped, and I was cut into a wrong number, and I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. Now I fail to see why you couldn't try dialing Murray Hill 40098 and messing it up on purpose.
Murray Hill 40098? I will try to get it for you, madam.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Murray Hill 40098 is busy.
Operator?
Yes, madam.
You didn't try to get that number wrong at all. I asked explicitly, and all you did was dial correctly.
I'm sorry, what number were you calling?
Can't you for once forget what number I was calling and do something specific? I want to trace that call. It is my civic duty. It is your civic duty to trace that call and apprehend these dangerous killers, and if you won't, then
I will connect you with the chief operator.
Please.
This is the chief operator.
Chief operator, I want to trace a telephone call immediately. I do not know where it came from or who was making it, but it is absolutely necessary that it be tracked down because it was about a murder. Yes, a cold-blooded murder of some poor innocent woman tonight at 11:15.
I see.
Can you trace it? Can you track down those men?
It depends, madam.
Depends. On what?
It depends on whether the call is still going on. If it's a live call, we can trace it on the equipment. If it's been disconnected, we can't.
Disconnected?
If the parties have stopped talking to each other.
Oh, but of course, they must have stopped talking to each other by now. That was at least 5 minutes ago, and they didn't sound like the type that would make a long call.
Well, I can try tracing it. Now, what is your name, madam?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Smythe Stevenson, but listen, please.
And your telephone number?
Plaza 42295. But look, if you go on wasting all of this time, then they will
And
have...
what is your reason for wanting this call traced?
My reason? Well, for heaven's sake, isn't it obvious? I'm overhear 2 men. They are killers. They are planning to murder this woman. It is a matter for the police.
Have you told the police?
No. How could I?
You're making this check into a private call purely as a private individual?
Yes, but meanwhile, they are out
Well,
there.
Mrs. Stevenson, I seriously doubt whether we could make this check for you at this time just on your say-so as a private individual. We'd have to have something more, official.
Oh, well, for heaven's sake, you mean to tell me that I cannot report a murder without getting caught up in the red tape? Why, that is perfectly idiotic. All right, then. I will call the police. Ridiculous, absolutely police. Police department.
Your call, please.
The police department, please.
Ringing the police department.
Police Department, Precinct 43, Duffy speaking.
Police department? This is Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Smythe Stevenson of 53 North Sutton Place. I am calling to report a murder.
Pardon?
Well, the murder has not been committed yet. I just overheard plans for it on the telephone over a wrong number that the operator gave me. I have been trying to trace it down myself, but everyone is so stupid that I guess in the end you're the only people who could do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a perfectly definite murder. I heard their plans distinctly. 2 men were talking, and they were planning to murder some woman tonight at 11:15. She lived in a house near a bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
And there was a private patrolman on the street who was going around for a beer on 2nd Avenue, and a 3rd man, a client, who was paying to have this poor woman be murdered. They were going to take her rings and her bracelets and use a knife, and well, the whole thing has really just unnerved me dreadfully, and I am not well.
I see. When was all this, ma'am?
About 8 minutes ago. Oh, then you can do something. You do understand.
And what is your name, ma'am?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson.
And your address.
53 North Sutton Place. That's very near a bridge. The Queensboro Bridge, you know, and I'm not far from 2nd Avenue. And we have a private patrolman on our street.
And what was the number you were calling?
Murray Hill 40098. But that is not the number that I overheard. Murray Hill 40098 is my husband's office. I was calling him because he's working late tonight, and I was telling him to come home because it is the maid's night off, and I hate to be alone, even though he says I'm perfectly fine as long as I have my telephone next to my bed. Aw.
Yes. Well, we will look into it, Mrs. Stevenson, and we'll see if we can check it with the telephone company.
But the telephone company said that they couldn't track down the call if the parties had already disconnected. I have already taken care of that.
Oh, yes?
Personally, I feel as if you ought to do something a bit more immediate and drastic than just check the call. What good does checking the call do? By the time you track it down, they will have already committed the murder.
Oh, well, we will take care of it, lady. Don't worry.
I'd say the whole thing calls for a search. A complete and thorough search of the whole city. I know I feel a whole lot better because I'm very near a bridge and I'm not far from 2nd Avenue. And I think you should send a radio car to this neighborhood at once.
All right. And what makes you think that the murder is going to be committed in your neighborhood, ma'am?
Oh, I don't know. The coincidence is just so horrible. I mean, the patrolman, 2nd Avenue, the bridge.
Yes, 2nd Avenue is a very long street, ma'am. And do you know how many bridges there are in the city of New York alone? And not to mention Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, and the Bronx. How do you know there isn't some little house out on Staten Island, on some little 2nd Avenue that you've never heard about? How do you know they were even talking about New York at all?
Because I heard the call on the New York dialing system.
Well, how do you know it wasn't a long-distance call you overheard, huh? Yeah, telephones can be funny things. Lady, why don't you look at it this way? Supposing you hadn't broken in on that telephone call. You're supposing you'd gotten your husband the way you always do. Would this murder have made any difference to you then?
I suppose not. But it is just so cold-blooded, so inhuman.
Yes, a lot of murders are committed in this city every day, ma'am. And if we could do something to stop them, we would. But a clue of this kind that is so vague isn't much more use to us than no clue at all.
But you're the police department, surely.
Well, unless, of course, you had a reason for thinking that this call was a phony and that somebody was planning to murder you.
Me? Oh, no, I should hardly think so. I mean, why would anybody? I mean, I am alone here all day and night. I see nobody except the maid Eloise, and she is a big 200-pounder. Oh, she is too lazy to even bring up my breakfast tray. And the only other person that I see is, well, is my husband, Albert. Oh, he is crazy about me. He adores me, waits on me hand and foot. You know, he scarcely left my side since I took sick 12 years ago.
Right. Well, there is nothing for you to worry about, is there? And now, if you would just leave the rest of this to us.
But what will you do? It is so late. It is nearly 11 o'clock.
We will take care of it, lady.
Will you broadcast it over the whole city? And send out squads and warn radio cars to watch out, especially in suspicious neighborhoods like mine?
Lady, I said that we would take care of it, but just now, I do also have other matters on my desk, and they require immediate...
Now, why did I do that? Hello? Now he'll think I'm a fool. Why doesn't Albert come home? Why doesn't he?
Your call, please.
Operator, will you ring that Murray Hill 40098 number for me again? I cannot think what is keeping him so long.
Ringing Murray Hill 40098. The line is busy. Shall I
can hear it. I can hear it. You do not have to tell me it is busy. I know that it is busy. Just go to sleep. Tim is here. Wake up. Be here. Just be here. Oh, if I could just get out of this bed for a little while, if I could just get a breath of fresh air and lean out the window and see the street, then I would be fine. Albert, 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 oh. Hello? Who's this? Albert? Hello? What is the matter with this telephone? Hello? 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 For heaven's sake, who is this? Hello? 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 Ah. Ah.
Your call, please.
Hello, operator. I do not know what the matter is with this telephone tonight, but it is positively driving me crazy. Now, look, I have never seen such inefficient, miserable service, and I am not supposed to be annoyed, but if this keeps on much longer than I do.
What seems to be the trouble, madam?
Well, everything is wrong. The whole world could be murdered for all you people care, and now my phone just keeps ringing and ringing. And ringing and
Yes, madam?
and ringing every 5 seconds or so. And when I pick it up, there is no one there.
I'm sorry, madam. If you hang up, I will test it for you.
I don't want you to test it for me. I want you to put through that call, whatever it is, at once.
I am afraid that is not possible, madam.
Not possible. And why, may I ask?
The system is automatic, madam. If someone is
Well.
trying to dial your number, there's no way to check whether the call is coming through the system or not, unless the person who's trying to reach you complains to his particular operator.
Well, of all the stupid, complicated ways that you could do and you mean to tell me that I have to sit here in my bed suffering every time that phone rings? Imagining everything.
I will try to check it for you, madam.
Check it. Check it! Is that all anybody can do? Of all the stupid, idiotic... What is the use? me! Do you realize that you are driving me crazy? Absolutely start staring crazy.
Hello, is this Plaza 42295?
Yes, this is Plaza 42295.
This is Western Union. I have a telegram here for Miss Albert Stevenson. Is there anyone there to receive the message?
I am Mrs. Stevenson.
The telegram is as follows. Miss Albert Stevenson, 53 North Sutton Place, New York, New York. Darling, terribly sorry. Tried to get you for last hour, but lying busy. Leaving for Boston 11 p.m. tonight on urgent business. Back tomorrow afternoon. Keep happy. Love. Signed, Albert.
Oh, no.
That is all, madam. Do you wish us to deliver a copy of the message?
No. No, thank you.
Thank you, madam. Good night.
Good night. No. No, 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 no. He couldn't do it. He couldn't. It is just some trick, some fiendish trick, and then he will be back.
Your call, please.
Operator, will you try that Murray Hill 40098 number just once more, please?
Ringing Murray Hill 40098. They do not answer.
Oh, Albert. How could you? How could you? But I cannot be alone tonight. I can't. In fact, if I am alone one more second, I don't care what he says. I am a sick woman and I am entitled.
This is information.
I want the telephone number of Henchley Hospital.
Henchley Hospital. Do you have the address, madam?
No, but it is somewhere in the 70s, though. It is a very small private hospital where I had my appendix taken out 2 years ago. Henchley, H-E-N-C.
One moment, please.
Please hurry. And please, ma'am, what is the time?
I do not know, madam. You may find out the time by dialing Meridian
Oh, for heaven's sake, could you
71212.
please
The
just
number of
hurry?
Henchley Hospital is Butterfield 70105, madam.
Butterfield 70105. Okay, Butterfield 70105.
Henchley Hospital, good evening.
Nurses registry.
Who was it that you wished to speak to, please?
I want the nurses registry. I want a trained nurse. I want to hire her immediately for the night.
I see, and what is the nature of the case, madam?
Nerves. I am very nervous, and I need soothing and companionship. My husband is away.
Have you been recommended to us by any doctor in particular, madam?
No, but I really don't see why all this catechizing is necessary. I want a trained nurse I was a patient in your hospital 2 years ago, and after all, I do expect to pay this person.
We quite understand that. We quite understand that, madam, but registered nurses are very scarce just now, and our superintendent has asked us to send people out only on cases where the physician in charge feels it is absolutely necessary.
Well, it is absolutely necessary! Sick woman. And I'm very, very, very upset. And tonight, I overheard a telephone conversation that upset me dreadfully about a murder. Yes, a poor innocent woman was going to be murdered tonight at 11:15. In fact, if someone doesn't come to this place at once, I am going to go out of my mind.
I see. Well, I'll speak to Miss Phillips as soon as she comes in. And what is your name, madam?
Miss Phillips, when do you expect her to be in?
I really don't know, madam. She went out to supper at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, but it is not even 11 o'clock yet. Oh, my clock has stopped. I thought it was running down, but what time is it?
Just 14 minutes past 11.
What's that?
What was what, madam?
That click in my telephone, as though someone has lifted the extension off the hook downstairs.
I didn't hear it, madam. Now,
There's someone in this house. There's someone downstairs in the kitchen, and they are listening to me now. I won't pick it up. I will just be quiet, and they will think that I am asleep. If I don't call someone now while they are still down there, then there will be no time. So
Your call, please.
Operator, I am in desperate trouble.
I cannot hear you, madam. Please speak louder.
I don't dare. There's someone listening. Can you hear me now?
Your call, please. What number are you calling, madam?
You have got to hear me. You have got to help me. There's someone in this house. Someone is gonna go to murder me, and you have got to get in touch with the. Oh, there it is. He's put it down. He's put down the extension. He's coming up the stairs. He's coming. You have to get in touch with the police. Please call the police.
Ringing the police department.
Police Department, Precinct 43, Duffy speaking. Police Department, Duffy speaking.
Sorry. Wrong number.